Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to learn how to paint this full moon painting with cherry blossoms in Autodesk sketchbook. First of all, create a canvas size of 2500 pixels by 2500 pixels. For this tutorial, I have made a pre-sketch, and this sketch would be available on my Pinterest in the link below. Make a new layer and drag the new layer under the sketch layer. Now choose a very dark purple from your colors, then use the color fill tool to fill the background. Create a new layer above the purple layer, then go to your brush library, choose the Speckled brush. Make sure your flow is at 100%, make sure your brush type is on glow. Then we're going to change our color to white. Then we're going to make the brush a little bit bigger, and then we're going to add in the stars. Now we have finished that, go back to your brush library and choose the felt pen. Make sure your size is about 1.5, and we're going to use white, and we're going to add some bigger stars. Notice that I would have adjusted the brush a little bit bigger to accommodate the size of the canvas. So make sure you have a variety of stars. The small ones would be the stars that are really further away or smaller, and the larger ones would suggest that they are nearer. So just make sure you have a variety of stars from large to small. Now create a new layer above the stars layer. Go to the last layer and turn down the opacity so that you're able to see. Go to the brush library, choose the felt pen, and then go to your color wheel and choose a yellow color. Then you go to the shape tool and choose the circle to draw a circle. Use the move tool to adjust and resize the circle into the position of the sketch. Next, use the fill tool or the fill bucket to fill the circle with the same color. Go to your color wheel and choose a slightly darker color. Go to your brush library and choose the hard airbrush and apply this color randomly onto the moon. Make sure that your layer is locked to avoid any of the color going outside. Go back to the color wheel and pick a lighter color and add it randomly on the moon. Now use the soft airbrush. Make sure the brush type is Smudge. Make sure the flow of the brush is very low, about 8%, and then use the soft airbrush to blend all the colors. Then you duplicate that layer, then go to the paint splatter 4, then choose a darker grayish color and apply it using that brush. To get the same effect that I am having, you need to control the opacity of the brush. A higher opacity means that the paint is going to be applied more opaquely. A lower opacity means that the paint is going to be less opaque and more on the transparent side. After applying all of the gray color, choose the soft airbrush, make sure the flow is about 8%, and make sure the brush type is on smudge, and simply blend all of the colors together. Make sure to work around the edges so that the edges of the gray area is a bit smoother. Then we go to our hard airbrush and we are going to choose a darker grayish yellow color, lower the opacity of this color, and then we're going to simply apply it onto the outer areas of the gray areas to get a smoother transition. Now apply some random yellow color to it as well. Then after doing that, go back to your soft airbrush and use a soft airbrush as a smudge tool to blend all of the colors together. Use the hard airbrush and choose a white color to apply some color to the very edges of the moon to create a glowing effect. Using the soft airbrush as a smudge tool, I am simply blending out the gray areas on the moon. They're a bit too textured for my liking, so I'm just using this tool to blend them out a bit to make it look a little bit smoother. Create a new layer above the moon layer. Use the hard airbrush. Use a very light yellow. Use the shape tool to create a circle. Then use your move tool to drag that circle into position. Now, this is going to give you the glowing effect of the moon. I find that it is a bit too strong. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go to the layer, and then I'm going to turn down the opacity of that layer to give it a more of a natural glowing effect. I am simply turning back the sketch layer. Then from the brush library, use the chisel tip about size 26 for your brush size, and then we're going to use a black color to simply draw in the branches of the cherry blossom. After the branches have been applied, make a new layer, go to your brush library and look for Texture Essentials. Choose the signature ink as your brush, then go to the color wheel, choose a very dark pink. So this is going to be the shadow color of the foliage of the cherry blossom. Make sure the opacity of this brush is up to 100%, and make sure you're using a very large size, and simply use the brush to apply the pink color to represent the foliage of the cherry blossom. Make a new layer above the shadow layer. Choose a lighter pink. We're still using the signature ink brush, and we're simply going to apply some lighter colors onto the cherry blossom. After applying this color, choose a lighter color and make a new layer above that layer. We are still using the signature ink brush tool. Apply the lighter pink onto the cherry blossom. This lighter pink is going to represent the lighter areas of the cherry blossom. After doing this, make a new layer, go to the color wheel and choose a lighter pink. We're still using the signature ink paintbrush, and we're simply going to apply some of the lighter pink randomly onto the cherry blossom. By doing this, you're going to create a sort of a three-dimensional effect where you have very dark colors to the very light colors. When you're finished, go to the background layer and turn up the opacity for the background layer. Next, go to the color wheel and choose a very light color. This color looks almost white, and we're still going to use the signature ink tool to apply the highlights of the cherry blossom. This is done onto the last layer that we would have used before. I hope you enjoyed this video and you found this video helpful. Like and share this video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and make sure you hit the bell icon to get notifications of upcoming new videos. See you in my next video.